My name is Talal Ghazaleh. I am privileged and honored to be your servant for today and tomorrow in my capacity both as the chairman of the Arab Research in Education Network, ASREN, and the Arab Quality Assurance in Education, AROQA. Both organizations are under the auspices of the Arab League or League of Arab States, which we call the home of Arabs, Bayt al-Arab. And after I extend my great gratitude to the state and government of Tunisia, represented by Your Excellency, for hosting this meeting here and for all the support we have received from your team and from the specialized organizations in Tunisia in research and in education. I am grateful and happy to be in this country, which I have loved and have known for, as an old man, for decades, not years. It's a great country with great people. So we are privileged, all of us, to be in Tunisia. After this tribute to Tunisia, I owe it to the League of Arab States, who hosted our first founding meeting for both AROQA and ASREN. Both organizations are meeting together today because of very simple reasons. One, they are both under the honorary chairmanship of the Secretary General of the League of Arab States. Both belong to Fa'iq al-Husseini. Fa'iq is a great friend, and I have had always the great privilege of working with you, and you have provided us with all the support we needed. I will tell you later why I said Husseini, not in public. And I would like to say that today and tomorrow are meetings of experts. This is not a conference. This is not a public event. This is a meeting of experts. And let me again take us back to some years of history. This all started when I received an invitation from the European Union in Brussels, and I recognize David West, who's sitting back and who has been my partner in this process from the beginning. When we were talking at that meeting in Brussels about the need for linking the Arab world to research institutions, and I proposed that the right way to do it is to start an Arab network which can link with its equals in the world, but particularly the European network. And I received warm support. And I must state for the record that this organization, since day one, has been supported financially, technically, and in every way by the European Union and its various agencies. So we owe it to the European Union, and we at Talal Ghazaleh organization are very proud to be their junior partner in this exercise. My organization has provided some support, financial, technical, and otherwise, but the major credit, without any doubt, goes to the European Union. So I want you all to salute with me the European Union for its endless support to this search for excellence in education. Talking of education, and I listened carefully to the distinguished speakers who all emphasized the importance of quality in education. The world is passing in a transition, which some distinguished leaders in education in the world call it a tsunami. like the president of Stanford, or an avalanche, like the president of Harvard. Some famous writer in the Arab world whom we all like or dislike, Thomas Friedman, calls it the end of universities and schools as they stand today. Now, this all is a result of the online avalanche or tsunami or digital education. And since this is a meeting about education, I want to tell you that UNESCO, the United Nations arm for education, together with Talal Ghazaleh organization, are conducting in partnership a study on ICT-based education in the Arab world. We have done this study on 5 countries, and we're continuing with the rest of the countries, and we will be submitting reports to various governments as we go on with this study. We will be calling in February a regional meeting for the 5 countries which we have covered in this study to present to the governments what can be done in developing their curricula to become ICT-based. And there is a lot to be done. I cannot but tell you how disappointed I was one day when I was listening to a government spokesman in one of the Arab governments, and I don't want to say who, like I'm not going to say who, why I used the name. I was so dismayed that he was announcing with great pride that we have provided all schools with blackboards and chalk, and that additionally, the chalk this year is colored. We have brown, red, yellow, and green, in addition to white. I don't know what is going to be the situation with a digital native. By the way, the ITU, the International Telecommunication Union, is conducting a yearly study, a census, on the number of what they call digital natives, those who are born with a milk bottle together with the ICT gadgets, whether it is an e-phone or a smart tablet, whatever it is. And he claims, and it is expected, the researchers expect that by the year 2020, the majority of the world population will be digital natives, those who are born in the digital era and who started to become digital human beings before they started to walk. As compared to the rest of us, including me, who is a digital immigrant, we are referred to, myself and the like, are referred to as digital immigrants, those who immigrated to the digital age, but they were not born in it. So that prompted a study which I'm very proud to say that we are doing with UNESCO jointly, and which we will be presenting to the various countries, and working, in fact, if the governments so wish, we will work with the various governments towards implementing a plan for ICT-based education. Today and tomorrow are great days for me. I am a Palestinian refugee who used to walk for 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening to go to school, not being able to afford any other means of transport, carrying back on his back a bag full of heavy books. Since that day, I realized how important education is. Instead of sulking, suffering, and feeling very frustrated, I decided that we should do something about providing education and quality education for everybody in the Arab world. So today for me is a great day, because first, we will be signing a Memorandum of Understanding with Iraq. Iraq is a great and important country in our part of the world towards the objectives both AROQA and ASRAN. We are very proud that also we will be signing an agreement with Telecity Group on a London exchange point. So we are moving, we're not just talking. We started by thinking and then talking and then planning, and now we're getting things done. Today we will sign the agreement to establish this line network through London for our research infrastructure. And I think that we are also talking, I want to say, in all transparency, with the Egyptian government towards making Cairo as our network point or contact point for research in the Arab world for different reasons, notably that the link through Alexandria to London is the most reasonable link for such a line, and secondly, because of the great importance of Egypt, not just in numbers, but in every other way, and because we think that Egypt can provide after strenuous studies, that Egypt provides the best light path point. I would like to add that we will be in meeting next year. I'm very flattered and very proud that we have received 4 requests to host the meeting next year from Lebanon, Oman, Qatar, and Sudan. And please allow me not to take any decision on this today, but to go through a process of consultation between now and then and decide where you would all like to be the next year. We are hopeful that by the end of this meeting, and that's what I always like to do at these meetings, is to come up with a declaration. The declaration is a list of commitments which we want to undertake. Declarations of experts like you are not political statements nor goodwill statements. They are action plans. So I will ask our able executive director for both organizations, Dr. Salim Al-Akhdash, to read these draft declarations or circulate them actually better. And I would urge you to provide Dr. Salim, who's sitting right here, and I'm sure you all know him. He does all the work, I do all the talking. So I would like you to advise him on any additions, deletions, or amendments to these declarations, which we will call, with your permission, Your Excellency, we'll call them Tunisia declarations, so that they can take the name of the city they were issued in. I want to salute you all and thank you all for being with us today. This is a very ambitious program that we are undertaking. And it's no coincidence that the 2 organizations, in addition to being housed under the League of Arab States, what is more important in the Arab world than education and research? And we're talking about education and research today and tomorrow. And I think those who are here realize more than I do that there is a very good reason to believe that these 2 objectives should be our focus. And I was very pleased to read in the new or the draft constitution of Egypt, forgetting any political position on that constitution, that the constitution stipulates that the country should spend 4% of its budget on education as a minimum, and that it will continue, and it states that this continue to increase year by year until we reach the highest international standards. I think that demonstrates a very important recognition of the importance of education. And if we talk about research, unfortunately, we are the lowest research region in the world. And I say this with a lot of shame. I feel ashamed in front of our foreign friends and guests that in this part of the world, wealthy, not just in resources, but in its culture and its history and its research and its creativity, that we are the lowest in the world probably, or one of the lowest regions in the world in the percentage we spend on research out of our GDP or out of our total budget or whatever indicator you want. We are trying, you and us, we are trying our best to create an awareness for the need of investing in education and in research. And I would like to say that at the same time that we are meeting here as ASCA and as ASREN and AROQA, we are meeting as CHAIN. CHAIN is, again, was one of our important partners in addition to Euromed Connect and many other European partners. We're also meeting today as I said, Euromed Connect, 3 projects, and network operation management and quality enhancement through internal and external assistance. So we will be having a lot of additional activities in addition to, so these are very, very full, productive 2 days. I don't want to waste more time in technical and in explaining what we are doing, because it's in the report and it's also in your files, and it has been discussed and it has been said by others. So, and I leave it to the experts to talk about it. In closing, I want to thank you for your support. I want to thank you for your generous time and resources that you have provided for us. You help the Arab world to become, you are here to help the Arab world to become quality education and research in education and research in general oriented. And that is a very noble target, not for the Arabs only, but for the entire humanity. Thank you very much.